The Hard Truth Series, Episode 6. Somewhere along the way, a comfortable, watered-down version of Christianity started being preached. A version that says, "Come to Jesus and everything will get better. Your pain will disappear. Your marriage will be healed. Your bank account will grow. Your struggles will end." But that's not the Jesus of the Bible. Jesus didn't say, "Follow me and life will be easy." He didn't say, "Follow me and the world will love you." He didn't say, "Follow me and your problems will vanish overnight." No, he said the exact opposite. John 16:33 says, "In this world you will have trouble, but take heart. I have overcome the world." He didn't promise the absence of trouble. He promised his presence in the trouble. And here's the hard truth. When you truly choose to follow him, life might actually get harder, because you're no longer walking with the flow of the world. You're swimming against it. You're stepping out of the comfort of compromise into a battlefield. But even in that hardness, you find something the world can't give, something eternal. When you follow Jesus for real, not casually, not halfway, but fully, you will lose things. You'll lose the approval of the world. You'll lose the illusion of control. You'll lose the version of yourself that lived for comfort. Your flesh will scream at you. The enemy will attack harder. The people around you may not understand, and you might find yourself wondering, why does it feel like there are more battles now than before I gave my life to him? It's because following Jesus doesn't just rearrange your circumstances. It rearranges you. It exposes what's fake. It burns away your idols. It kills your pride. It forces you to confront the parts of yourself you never wanted to see. Luke 9:23 says, "Whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves, take up their cross daily and follow me." Notice, he didn't say, "Take up your cushion." He said, "Take up your cross." A cross was an instrument of death. To follow him means to die to yourself, to your plans, to your way of living. And death to self isn't painless. But it's through that death that real life begins. Look at the apostles. None of them followed Jesus into a life of ease. They followed him straight into rejection, into persecution, into prison cells and death sentences. Peter was crucified upside down. James was killed with a sword. Paul was beaten, shipwrecked, and eventually executed. These were the closest followers of Jesus, and their lives got harder, not easier. Not one of them said, "I followed Jesus and all my problems went away." They didn't follow him because he promised comfort. They followed him because he promised life beyond this one. Following Jesus won't always make sense in the moment. You'll have seasons of loss. You'll have seasons where you feel misunderstood. You'll have seasons where your heart aches. But this life was never meant to be the reward. The reward is him. Matthew 10:22 says, "You will be hated by everyone because of me, but the one who stands firm to the end will be saved." He didn't promise the world's love, he promised his. So why follow him if it doesn't guarantee an easier life? Because what he offers is infinitely better than comfort. He doesn't promise a problem-free life. He promises to make you new, to free you from the sin that was quietly killing you, to give you a heart that actually desires truth, to give you peace the world cannot take away. Your health might not miraculously improve. Your relationships might still face tension. Your financial situation might not change overnight, but your soul will finally have rest. Your eternity will be secure, and your purpose will no longer be tied to temporary things. Following Jesus doesn't mean you avoid storms. It means you finally have an anchor in the storm. But here's what you have to understand. Following him costs something. Luke 14:27 says, "Whoever does not carry their cross and follow me cannot be my disciple." Carrying a cross is heavy. It's not glamorous. It's not easy. It's saying no to your flesh when it screams yes. It's saying no to comfort when God calls you to sacrifice. It's saying no to the world when it tries to pull you back. Jesus never hid this. He told the crowds up front, "If you want to follow me, you need to count the cost." And this is where so many turn back. They wanted blessings, not surrender. They wanted miracles, not obedience. They wanted Jesus to fix their lives, but not change their hearts. But if you're only following him for what he gives, what happens when the blessings don't come? If you're only following him to escape pain, what happens when the pain stays? He's not a vending machine for your comfort. He's the savior of your soul, and he's worth following even if it costs you everything. Here's the perspective shift. Jesus didn't come to fix your temporary problems. He came to fix your eternal problem. Before him, you were separated from God, dead in sin, hopeless. And he came to bridge that gap with his own life. That was the problem he came to solve first, the problem of eternity. This life, it's a vapor, it's here today and gone tomorrow. He's not just trying to make your vapor comfortable, he's trying to prepare you for forever. 2 Corinthians 4:17 says, "For our light and momentary troubles are achieving for us an eternal glory that far outweighs them all." The suffering you face now isn't meaningless. It's shaping you for eternity. It's making you more like him. So here's the real question. Do you want Jesus for what he gives, or do you want him for who he is? Because if you only want him for blessings, you'll leave when the blessings stop. If you only want him for the comfort, you'll quit when it gets uncomfortable. If you only want him to fix your problems, you'll walk away when he doesn't fix them the way you wanted. But if you want him because he is the way, the truth, and the life, if you want him because you know he's the only hope for your soul, then you'll keep following even when it hurts, because he's worth it. Yes, following Jesus will cost you something. It may cost you relationships. It may cost you status. It may cost you your dreams, your plans, even your life. But what you gain is infinitely greater than anything you lose. Matthew 16:25 says, "Whoever wants to save their life will lose it, but whoever loses their life for me will find it." You'll lose the old you, but you'll gain the real you. You'll lose temporary comfort, but you'll gain eternal joy. You'll lose approval from the world, but you'll gain the only approval that matters. Following him doesn't fix all your problems, but it fixes the one problem you could never fix yourself, the distance between you and God. This is episode 6 of the Hard Truth series, and yes, it's hard, but it's the truth that saves your soul. If this hit you, comment below, "I choose the cross." Share this with someone who's following a version of Jesus that doesn't match the Bible. Stay strong, lead boldly, and let your faith be your shield.